everybody, it's Emily at ARG Schooling, and I thought I'd do a little bullet journal flip through today. And hopefully my battery doesn't die, because it is low, but we're gonna try to get through this. So I have been doing bullet journals for a few years. This is my 5th one, I believe. So I feel like I've kind of gotten into the flow and rhythm of what I like and what I want to do. This is the Scribbles That Matter journal. I like them because the pages are really nice and thick. They're nice and white. Markers don't bleed through. So it works really well. I'm not going to go into too much detail about like what I use. Mostly I used the pen that it came with. This is just the Scribbles That Matter pen that comes with the journal. This is a fine liner 04. I use these Powerline highlighters, and I use Papermate marker felt tip pens. Nothing too fancy, so I keep it pretty simple because I am not an artist at all. So let's just look and see what I've got here. So the first page I have is just my word of the year, which is hope, but also hygge, because I want this year to be hopeful and cozy. And then the year, I keep it pretty simple. I use some stencils for this. I'll link below where I got the stencils. They were really cheap. And then I don't know what to do with the index pages, so I never use those. So then I have my year at a glance, which is pretty basic. I just have the whole year spread each month, and then I have some space under each month to write down important dates and things I need to remember, like doctor's appointments. But right now the only thing I have in here is on May 14th is Sarah's graduation from college. It's the most important day of the year. And then the next page I have my Goodreads goal, which I just color in each one of these boxes when I read the book, and I have it set to 100 because that is the goal I've set for the year. It's the same goal I've had the last 2 years, actually. So the next page I have my 2022 reading bracket. This is something new I added this year. I actually saw recently someone else did one that I think would have worked better, but alas, it's too late. I already did it. This took me so long to put together. I really enjoyed doing the one on Instagram this year that was going around. I thought it was fun, so I wanted to include it in my journal. And after many mistakes, I finally got it in here, but it doesn't look bad from your angle, but up close it's pretty messy because of all the erase marks, but also I had to keep redoing some of the boxes. It's just a whole mess, but it's fine. I have that set up, so basically each month I can choose a favorite book of the month. And then each 3-month period, I pit 2 books against each other to figure out my favorite book for that 3-month tier. And then eventually, I have all these to figure out who is my favorite of the year. So, should be good times. Then I have my reading challenge. This is the Build Your Library reading challenge that I host every year. And I just wrote all the prompts into my journal so that I don't have to keep track of another piece of paper. So that's exciting to see how many of these I can accomplish over the year. This year's challenge, I have 4 left, 4 prompts. I'm very hopeful that I can hit like at least 1 more. So we'll see. And if I can read 2 more books in a week, we'll see what happens. But now I have the 2022 challenge put into this journal. Then something else I'm doing this year that's kind of new is the alphabet challenge. Last year I did Buzzwordathon, and it was kind of a fail. I only did, I think, 7 of them out of the whole year. And I thought this year, instead of Buzzwordathon, I wanted to do the alphabet challenge. Basically, I just want to read a book for each letter of the alphabet, and we'll see how many letters I can hit. I'm hopeful that I can do almost all of them. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. Maybe I'll do a video with some book ideas for this. I don't know. Let me know if you're interested in that. Then this spread I have all my book club stuffs. On this page, I'm going to keep track of the books for the Arged Book Club that I host on this channel. And then on this page, I have the Read Aloud Book Club that I do through Build Your Library. So I'll be able to keep track of the books that I used for those. It's pretty simple. Then this spread is all of the new releases I'm excited for and anticipating. So something I'm doing a little bit different this year is I'm including all of the ARCs I get from NetGalley or from publishers. Last year I didn't do that, and it was just a free-for-all, and I could not keep track of everything. So I decided to be more organized this year, so I have everything just in pencil right now, but I'll probably put marker once once books start arriving. So these are all the books that I've either pre-ordered or I have ARCs for. And there's a few in here like this one that I'm interested in but have not pre-ordered. That is Spear. I didn't write the author, so I don't know who that is. Maybe I'll put that on the screen for you guys. But I have a lot of pre-orders, as you can see, and a lot of ARCs. So I have a lot of reading to do. I really want to read as many of these as I can as I get them. But we all know that I probably am not going to do that. But I'm gonna make an effort. Then this is my history book by book, like, brain dump page. Mostly this will probably be a list of things I need to read and review, but any other like ideas and things that go along with that will go here on this spread. And for those that might not know, History Book by Book is a website it's a database where I share tons and tons of book recommendations that are all either history or historical fiction, and I categorize them by chronological time period, by geographic location. I review books there. There's just a whole lot of information. I'll leave a link in my description if you want to check that out. But it's a pretty cool website. Then this is something new I've added this year. This is my book haul spread. I've never really been organized as far as book hauls, besides just like keeping a stack of books off to the side as I get them so I can remember to haul them. This is something I wanted to do because it'll help me to kind of see each month what I buy and how much I buy. And it'll just, I don't know, I feel like it might be a useful thing for me to keep track of. And it's also a nice visual. I made these all boxes rather than just open-ended because I wanted to like keep it contained. So maybe I will like, oh, I have already bought enough books to fill this box. I won't buy any more. Maybe. Possibly. We'll see if that actually motivates me. But either way, I just thought it'd be fun to have that list here. This is another brain dump page. This is my to-dos for work or for personal life. Just like a place for me to write things down, like big things that need doing, not like day-to-day things. Like I'm not going to write down that I need to do dishes or laundry or things like that, but this will be like big projects that I'm working on. Another new thing I added this year is a health tracker. I've been wanting to do one of these, but I just didn't quite know how to go about it. So I've put this one together after researching it for a bit. It was way easier than I expected. I don't know what I thought it was going to be harder. But basically the idea here is that for each day of the year, I get to color in the box as according to my health. So like if I'm feeling good, I get to color it in green because it's a nice happy color for me. But then I have like my health issues with my chronic illness that I can keep track of. So I don't know. Part of me wants to see like the big picture. Like how many bad days am I actually having, and how much is it like just in my head that it's all the time. I felt like it would be helpful for me to see that, and also when I have doctor's appointments to be able to like reflect back on it. And then on this page I have just a big place to brain dump video ideas that I have. I did this last year, and even though I didn't do all the videos I listed, it was a nice way to like find ideas when I just couldn't think of what to film. I could open that up and just go, oh, maybe I'll do this video. And then here I have my reading log. I've been keeping a reading log for a while, and I just find this really helpful. I just log the title, author, when I read it, and my rating, and then I color code it. So I color it in depending on what kind of a read it was. So if it was a book that I read for Build Your Library, I highlight it in blue. If it was a read my shelves book, you know, a book I've had on my shelves for a long time, I'll highlight that green, and so forth. I keep track of read alouds, ebooks, ARCs, and new releases. And then I have a Stephen King quote here. And then on this page, I just have a bar graph to see how many books I read each month, and a motivational quote. This year, because my word is hope and also hygge, I went with an Anne of Green Gables quote that says, "I don't know what lies around the bend, but I'm going to believe that the best does." And then we go into my monthly spread. So I did my January spread already. So I have my month at a glance, dates I need to remember, a place to track my TBR, my video plans for the month, and my favorites as I discover them. And then each week I just have a place to write down things I need to do and my menu for the week. That's pretty much a very basic thing, nothing fancy there. And then I have my moments that made me smile, kind of like a gratitude journal sort of thing. I just write things down that make me happy over the course of the month, and then I have a place to keep track of my completed January reads. So that's it. That's my bullet journal. Each month is the same setup, so it's really easy for me to just kind of quickly throw that together at the end of the previous month to prepare. And I keep track of the year-long pages over the course of the year. So I really like bullet journaling. It helps me feel like I'm on top of things. It's kind of my brain in a book. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you like this and you want to see more bullet journaling things, I'm also working on a homeschool bullet journal for my 12-year-old to keep track of our day-to-day stuff. So if you're interested, maybe I'll show you guys that once I finish getting it set up. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Happy reading. Bye.